Yeah, what is going on? Wrestling fans and YouTube. My name is Chris James. This is Let's Talk Wrestling in the little park in Queens. It's nice out over here, waiting for the job to start, and I figured what better time than right now to do my NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 previews and predictions. It is going to be an amazing card, so let's jump right into it. First up, EC3 is taking on the Velveteen Dream, and in my opinion, this could be the match that steals the entire show. I know people are looking at this NXT TakeOver card, and maybe they're not too happy about it. Maybe there wasn't much a build-up, and I mean, EC3 and Velveteen Dream have only been arguing for a couple of weeks. Last Wednesday, a couple of nights ago on NXT, they finally had an in-ring segment where they went face-to-face, and EC3 told the Velveteen Dream that the dream is over, that he's going to put the Velveteen Dream in the top 1%. Now, when EC3 was in TNA, he was huge. He was a big part of TNA, a big part of Impact Wrestling. As you know, he was labeled as Dixie Carter's nephew. We all knew that was false. I think this match should start to show off. If not, if they don't have a Keith Lee match in their back pocket to kick off the show, I think Velveteen Dream and EC3 should kick off NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. And I'm looking forward to it. I personally think Velveteen Dream takes their first meeting. I think that this rivalry goes on far past Brooklyn, maybe even into the Royal Rumble. They can build off this feud, and I hope they do. So I got Velveteen Dream over EC3. Easy. Next up, Shayna Baszler against Kairi Sane for the NXT Women's Championship. Another feud that's been going on for a long time. If you guys remember last year at the Mae Young Classic, Shayna Baszler fell to Kairi Sane in the finals. A lot of people going in thought Shayna Baszler didn't have the skills to be in NXT. She should have spent more time on the independent circuit. Well, Shayna Baszler has proved all of you wrong. I knew she was going to be a superstar the second she got to NXT. She's trained with Ronda Rousey. She's trained with the best of the best, and now Shayna Baszler is the NXT Women's Champion. She's going up against Kairi Sane, who has a huge following from Japan, but she just hasn't seemed to get over on the NXT roster. Not that she's not talented, because Kairi Sane is super talented. That pirate elbow off the top rope is a thing of beauty. And I just feel like this match could be Kairi Sane's breakout match, but I don't see her winning the NXT Women's Championship. I think Shayna Baszler retains, and I think we might have a new challenger make her debut. I don't know who that could be. After this match, or maybe Kairi Sane wins and they're sending Baszler up after SummerSlam. I just don't see that happening. So I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler to retain the NXT Women's Championship. And that's that. What's up next? The NXT Tag Team Championship. The Undisputed Era and Mustache Mountain have been embroiled in a feud for the last 3 months. At Royal Albert Hall at the UK show, Mustache Mountain dethroned Undisputed Era. They took those NXT Tag Team titles. Even though they lost them a couple of weeks later at NXT down in Full Sail, this could go in Mustache Mountain's favor. Me personally, if I had to pick a winner, which obviously I am, this is my prediction video. I predict Undisputed Era retain the NXT Tag Team titles. I don't see them losing those belts anytime soon. Bobby Fish is still on the injured list. I really think that when Fish comes back, they jump Roderick Strong, as they have no more need for him. I really think they're using Strong, and I think that the storyline of them using Strong is going to come out tomorrow night at NXT Takeover 4. Takeover Brooklyn 4, sorry. But it's going to be a great match. At the Royal Albert Hall, they put on one of the matches of the year. That tag team match was amazing. Back and forth action, high flying. You got your technical stuff with Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Tyler Bate is the protege of Trent Seven. Trent Seven is an outstanding technical wrestler. The British strong style is a lot different than the Japanese strong style or the American strong style for that matter. Pete Dunne, who I'm surprised doesn't have a match on NXT TakeOver Brooklyn on the card, but next week on NXT it's been announced that Pete Dunne will defend his United Kingdom Championship against Zach Gibson, and those matches will be taped at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. I just find it weird that the UK title isn't being defended on the biggest TakeOver show of the year, because without a doubt, SummerSlam weekend is NXT's biggest show in Brooklyn. But if I have to pick a winner, I'd pick Undisputed Era over Mustache Mountain. I think Trent Seven's knee will get worked, and I think that'll be their downfall. So Undisputed Era retains. Another championship match is up next. Adam Cole's North American Championship. Adam Cole, baby! He will defend his NXT North American Championship for the first time at NXT TakeOver against the one and only Ricochet. Ricochet has been an indie darling for years now. The man can flat out wrestle. He's got high-flying skills like no other. The only one that rivals Ricochet's high-flying skills would be Will Ospreay. I don't see Will Ospreay showing up to NXT Saturday night. I think Adam Cole retains with help from the Undisputed Era. What they got going on with Undisputed Era is something kind of like an NWO-esque faction. They got the tag team titles, and they have the North American title. I think Adam Cole retains, but this match, another match that could steal the show. Ricochet and Adam Cole are very familiar with each other from whether it be Evolve or PWG, or even in Japan they've wrestled a couple of times. Ricochet is a one-of-a-kind athlete. And in that I mean the stuff that man can do, no other wrestler on the planet can do. And he can wrestle technically as well. He is the full threat. He is the wrestler's wrestler for this day and age in 2018. Sure, he's a little small, but Ricochet can flat out go. I expect Adam Cole to show up and show out during this match. It's going to be a barn burner, and I think it should go on in the middle. Don't think that I'm I'm predicting or previewing these matches and this is the order that the show's going to go in. I'm just going through matches I think based on importance to the card, but I think this should go in the middle. Then they should put the women's title and then the NXT Championship match, which I'll get to in a second. But I think Undisputed Era causes Ricochet to lose this match, and I think then he goes out and he tries to find some help in Keith Lee and Matt Riddle, who should be announced tomorrow night as the newest signee to NXT. If you don't know who Matt Riddle is, get familiar. So Adam Cole over Ricochet, of course with help from the Undisputed Era. Up next, the main event, what we're all waiting for. Last man standing, Tommaso Ciampa, the NXT champion, up against challenger Johnny Gargano. What a match this is going to be. These two guys are entangled in a blood feud for over a year now. If you remember last year at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, DIY split up after they lost to the Revival. I see this last man standing match being a barn burner, throw down, drag out, slobber knocker, in the words of good old Jim Ross. Do I think Gargano can win The NXT Championship, yes. Do I think he wins the NXT Championship? I'll get to that. I think this match is going to be so violent. I think somebody gets opened up the hard way, probably Ciampa. I think him and Gargano will beat the holy hell out of each other. I think the match is going to be entertaining. And I think we get a 20-minute plus match between Gargano and Ciampa. I think Gargano wins. I think they finally put the strap on Johnny Wrestling. Or maybe they don't. But in my prediction, Johnny Gargano over Tommaso Ciampa to end the show. I think Sullivan, not Lars Sullivan, I think Aleister Black comes out. I think it might have been Gargano who attacked him. I know a lot of people are saying Undisputed Era that Aleister Black is going to challenge Adam Cole after he comes back. It comes out that, remember, he was attacked a couple of weeks ago on NXT. A lot of people thought Lars Sullivan was the one who attacked him. Other people say Adam Cole. Other people say Ciampa. What about Gargano? What about Johnny Gargano attacking Aleister Black so he can have Tommaso Ciampa all to himself in a last man standing match at NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4? I think that makes the most sense, which is probably why the WWE won't do it. But I'm excited for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. I know the card it's shaky, but every single time NXT TakeOver puts on a show, especially in Brooklyn, they do more than deliver. So I'm going to run through my winners right now. In the NXT Women's Championship match, I got Shayna Baszler. I think she defeats Kairi Sane. I think it's going to be an amazing match, and I think Kairi Sane, this is her coming out. This is her coming out party. I got Velveteen Dream over EC3 in a match that potentially can steal the show and be a match of the year candidate. I got Undisputed Era over Mustache Mountain to retain the NXT Tag Team Championships. I've got Adam Cole going over Ricochet to retain the NXT North American Championship. And in the main event, Johnny Gargano takes that NXT title that he's been chasing for so long off of his arch rival and former best friend, Tommaso Ciampa. Hopefully, I can get the review done Saturday night after the show. There might even be some live reactions going up. And hopefully Sunday morning, my NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 review and reaction video will be up Sunday morning. Bottom line is, NXT TakeOver is going to put on an amazing show. I have no doubt about it. I'm about to go get to work. Let me know in the comments what you guys think is going to happen, match by match. Am I wrong? Am I right? You see some of my predictions coming true? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys disagree with some of my predictions, great. I love it. Disagree with me, let's talk about it in the comments. Remember, here at Let's Talk Wrestling, no gimmicks needed. I don't have a fancy green screen or anything like that. It's just me, the voice, and the camera, and you, the viewer, in the streets of New York City. Today I'm in Queens doing this video right before my job starts. So let me know what you guys think of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Will we see some surprises? Does Matt Riddle debut and join Undisputed Era? Or does he just sit in the crowd and debut like Keith Lee did at the last TakeOver, where they do a screen, a camera pan, and you see Matt Riddle and everybody starts chanting, bro, 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 bro. Let me know in the comments what you think. Remember, here at Let's Talk Wrestling, I do these videos for us, for wrestling fans. I don't profit off it. I'm not asking for any money. At least not yet. But let's get into it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Remember to always tell a friend to tell a friend about Let's Talk Wrestling. And if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Let's Talk Wrestling. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 tomorrow night. Let's get at it. It's going to be a great show.